That's gonna be Bravo. I know it. Awesome. Welcome back, Wolfpack. Wolf here for some more Dyer in space. We got some dire exploits in this universe of ours. We're playing Starmade. I have no. I was gonna say I have no more good puns. I had no good puns to start with. I have just no more puns in general. And also with me is Fox a lot. Sorry, Fox Travis.
Maybe you should just not
That is
talk.
dead
I don't know.
totally dead nuke. I'm sorry.
God damn, I'm like speechless as to like how to even recover us from whatever the hell that was. Jeez. All
The
right.
bad jokes are part of the comedy.
So, like Dyer said, played a little Starmade. Well, actually, I mean we're kind of playing, but like it's always playing. But we're going to do a little tour tonight of both of our ships because they're cool and they're fun and we like them. And it's not politics, so. Although I heard that there was maybe a noose found in one of our hangar bays, so
Yes,
that's why they call them hangar bays, right? Dyer, isn't that right? That's why they put the planes in the hangars because they're hanging black people in there. Isn't that why?
That is actually the historical background behind the term. You know, the etymology of the term.
Yes.
Is it used to be, instead of where we stored aircraft, actually where we would just hang dozens of minorities.
Wow, that's really racist.
It's really racist, but I'm glad we've moved away from that. And now we just store aircraft.
Yeah. You want to send me your coordinates so I can also have fun jumping to your ship?
Yes, coordinate. You want me to say the coordinates out loud?
I mean, we can see them on screen when I type them in, so probably it's fine.
Fair enough. Okay, so 2229
Okay.
2048
Okay.
2039.
Can't believe you said those out loud. No
I know.
No concept of
OPSEC.
operational security.
You know,
How dare you? Alrighty.
this gave away the location of one of our
That's really
many shipyards.
far away. Jeez.
But I mean,
If
we have
only-
many stations.
If only somebody had predicted that we might be far away and that we should coordinate before the stream.
I don't know who that might be.
I don't either. I mean, if only had some kind of helper assisted with that. For those of you watching, my screen is the one oh hey, there's the Nova I'm passing by. My screen is up top right, and Dyers is bottom left, which is what they normally are for Rocket League. But
Yeah.
just so you guys know. And then I think kind of the goal with showing both of our screens is that some of our ships are a little big and there's inconsistent loading. So one of our screens might not show anything at all, and the other one might actually show what is intended, which is a tour of our ship. So we'll try and deal with that presently. But in the meantime, how you doing today, Dyer?
Doing good. We've both spent a lot of time on these ships, and they're very different in the way they're designed. So it should be fun comparison, and also show a lot of what this game can do.
Why is
You know?
is there pirates here? Does somebody not fix all the pirates? Oh no, it's a decayed pirate station. Oh, that is a mangled pirate station.
Yeah. So anytime I come to the system, the ships just shoot at it.
That's awesome.
So
Oh,
yes.
all right. Yeah, I see him shooting now, so I'm getting in there close. We'll see how this frame rate runs with all of us in the same spot here. We purposefully parked our ships kind of far apart to try to ease the load on the server. Otherwise, when we both park our very large ships next to each other, the server tends to just crash, which is not that great. What ship's that?
The two squares.
Oh no, okay. That was the Andromeda on your screen that didn't have any skin loaded.
Yeah.
I'm also coming up on the Andromeda, which is mostly invisible. There we go. All right, it's starting to load in. So, I guess Dyer, if you want to, do you have like a more nimble ship you can hop into? Are you going to do
Yes.
the tour from the microwave?
I am not. I'm actually going to change characters
Okay.
real quick. Like, I just want to send this ship off on somewhere else.
Well, if you guys look at my screen, you can. Oh, where are you going? Where's
Me?
the Andromeda going?
I gotta go over to the character that controls Andromeda because it is going rogue.
Okay, because I was gonna give a little view of the outside of it, but it's it's flying away from me. So you guys can see on my screen, this is Dyers Andromeda. It's a flying wing design. Can you tell us a little bit about what's on the outside of this Dyer?
Okay, so it's got a heck of a lot of turrets on it.
It does have a lot of turrets on it.
The Andromeda is a super carrier design. So
I like where you parked the other one. That's cool.
The
yellow ship.
So yeah, it basically its mission is not to do a lot of damage. So when you see the Nova Soul, that's a ship that's basically built around a gigantic gun, and that's what a lot of ships are. Whereas the Andromeda is built around not actually going to the fight itself, but bringing other ships to the fight. I guess I need to relog, don't I? Oh god! All right, I'm relog.
That's why we should have done this before. That's all right. That's why we're both showing the screen, so everybody can see me doing it correctly and you screwing it up. But yeah, Dyer's ship's pretty big. So we got two. Is that a third hangar bay on the bottom there?
So there's two hangar bays that open downwards with gigantic doors that have two like frigate class ships inside. It has around 30 fighters that are either in the launch runways or in the reserve hangar bays, as well as it has four cruisers that dock to the sides, and the option for one on top. It just looks silly when it docks to the top of the.
It's shooting at something, and I am in the crossfire, and I am not in a ship that can handle crossfire.
Well,
there you go. Well, everybody's getting to see it shooting though, so there you go.
Good.
Nice. Yeah, so it's got some missiles there, got a lot of lasers.
Yes.
It's doing its thing.
A lot. There's 16 beam turrets and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 cannon turrets that are autocannons, rapid firing cannons.
And due to a slight coding glitch in the game, when you kill a pirate, it doesn't actually disappear. And so your ships will continue trying to fight a pirate that is not there for a very long time, which is, I feel like they could have fixed that and they just haven't. But that's what Dyer's fleet is fighting right now, is a ghost nothing pirate.
But I mean, it's definitely showing those ghosts who's boss.
Absolutely. So where did the name Andromeda come from, Dyer?
So there's a famous, I don't know, a well-known TV show with a ship named Andromeda. That's where I got the name from. It's also
that show.
This looks nothing like it, but it was that was the inspiration.
I did want to make a replica Andromeda ship, but the ship in the show has a lot of very complex geometry to it that would be difficult to implement in a voxel-based construction system.
I had thought about that. It was not worth trying because it's probably impossible.
I may try to do that at a later date. That was one of the first ships I thought about doing, actually. So there you go.
So this is the bridge of the Andromeda.
Oh,
it has.
Well, let me go over there. That's what I was waiting on. It was for you to get over there. I was going to follow you over.
Okay.
Here. So I have a little teleporter. So.
Oh, I have a teleporter room. Okay.
I know you do.
Here.
So I'm gonna teleport
my
over. Was it the Andromeda?
Do not go to free stuff.
Andromeda Bridge?
Bridge is fine. That's the teleporter room is right next to the bridge.
Okay. Why? Oh, what was
that? I'm having trouble getting his pattern, Captain.
Yeah, basically. Try to bone lock. There you go. Oh, God.
There he is. Okay, so you notice.
Why are you pointing a gun?
Close this door here and look up. You can see it says bridge.
Does
I know where you are.
Oh, it does.
Yes.
Oh, you figured that out too. I was gonna show you that, and then I was gonna surprise you with that, but I guess you already figured it out.
It's been that way for like weeks. Or maybe a month. So this shows you the current power usage of the ship. I'm maxed out.
Maxed out.
Yeah, this shows you because of the ships that are docked to it. when you go into combat with this thing, well, you wouldn't bring Andromeda. You jump in close, undock all the ships and the fighters, and then send those in with the Andromeda's command ship, which is the Valkyrie. This shows you the system location and your current speed. I'm currently drifting a little bit, apparently. This is the structural integrity, and this is my current shields.
I gotta show me how to set those up, because I don't have those set up on mine. Although I do have all the logic to detect it, I just don't have the displays set up for it.
When the shields go below 100%, those red lights are all of the ships start blinking on and off. Yeah. There's an alternate version, like it can also be sent off by hitting the red alert button, which is right here. So this ship is not meant for you to fly. It's meant to be flown by the AI. You fly the command ship, which is docked below.
How do I not have sufficient? Oh, because this is not my main character. I tried to hit
the
red
alert. I sent it to private. I didn't want you to fuck with anything for the show. So there's the launch fighters button. There's the activate forward weapons battery, which will open up all the blast doors on the front section of the ship and activate the rotation of the beams. I didn't want to fix it. It was too much work to program that goddamn thing. So then there's the undock ships button, which undocks all the cruisers that are attached. Now, if we take a look through the back here, this is our reactor room. Ooh. There's a force field to the reactor room.
Yeah, because you don't want to get all that radiation on you.
Exactly. So yeah, go through a blast door and a force field. This thing here is an additional force field around the reactor itself that can be turned off. And there's a catwalk going through the reactor room.
Meow. You got cat girls on there for the catwalk.
Yeah. So the reactor.
You can't just leave us hanging like that. Where are they?
So there's also
girls? That is a OSHA hazard.
This also goes into the shield recharge room, and that gray block there is where the computer is that runs the shield current percentage.
Oh, you hid your computer room. I got a big room with all my computer in it that I'll show you. It's very cool.
This is the catwalk across.
I lost you. Where'd you go?
I
wandered off the tour.
Okay, so this is the. If you look to your right, you'll see the force field up for the entrance and a camera for the first of the launch hangars. The launch hangars, the long hangars where the fighters are prepped, ready to shoot out. There's a secure hangars button that turns on and off the force fields from the bridge. And then this thing here, this is the self-repair system. So when the ships are coming in, I can tell them to return, but also to continue launching. And they'll just come in, they'll slowly pass through this repair beam here, which will repair them on the way in and replace any damaged blocks. So
that way, if they're in a vicious fight, they can be repaired.
And I could do that without having Andromeda there, because they can be sectors away. I can recall them. They'll travel to me, get repaired, and they can launch them back to attack the sector that the Valkyrie command ship is currently at. Now, this is where these are the reserve fighters. These fighters require a separate button to launch them. It's because I don't need to launch all the fighters every time, because there's a hell of a lot of them. Now, this hangar. This ship right here is my repair shuttle. Also, it's a hauler. It has a very large cargo space, and I use that to go and repair Andromeda herself by launching this ship and going out and finding whatever's damaged and repairing. Now, this hangar opens up downwards. I'll show you in a second. So it's got a teleporter. I can teleport straight to this hangar if I need to. And this button here will drop the hangar bay. There's also a control inside the ship itself, so I can go inside the ship and from the ship open up the hangar.
Dang, it's dropped out the bottom there.
Yep. Now when the ship lands, it lands from this perspective to the right, but it automatically turns the ship to the it turns the force. Sorry, it does that automatically. I forgot about that.
I'll just show you my airlock, because my airlock actually make sure that the door's not open, evacuating the entire hangar bay when the main door's open.
Well, I mean, it's still protecting the inside right here. So if I can do this from inside the ship, but I can also bring it back up. So this button here, do not hit it. It launches the reserve from this room, and I don't want to do that because I'll have to bring them all back in. So that little thing up there, that little yellow and black thing, that is a repair turret that can fly around the room and be used for getting anything that was missed by the self-repair system. See how it's not attached to anything? It can rotate all the way around the entire room.
Nice. Is it? Oh, so is it actually connected to a turret point?
It is attached to a turret point that is hidden in the roof.
Ooh.
So let's go back to the bridge real quick. This is one of two hangars. The other hangar, we're going to go look at that in a little bit.
I'm going to make you use gravity when you're on the Nova.
Oh, it would take really long to show everything on this ship if I use gravity.
Where am I following you to?
The bridge.
The bridge. Dyer disappeared.
Okay.
Oh, I can't do it, you jerk! You big jerk! I can't use the thing! I don't have permission!
Oh, let me fix that real quick.
Big freaking jerk. I'm gonna hit that button. First thing I'm gonna do.
Don't hit that button, please.
The button
I really like it not hit the button.
Should I hit it, chat? Chat, give me a lemon and I'll hit the button.
It'll be so much work for me. Please don't hit the button.
Yeah, but it's okay. A lemon. It's worth like an entire 13 halves of a cent.
Okay, I just gave you permission.
Alrighty. Bridge. Oh, we got a lemon from somebody.
Oh God, no! Please don't do it.
I think it was Timberwolf, possibly. I already left.
Okay, so I know this next room, right next to the teleporter room, says brig, but that is a misnomer. This is actually the only showers on the ship. It's a very busy place. And now, obviously, you want to feel secure when you're taking a shower, so we have bars to make sure that no one get in while you're taking your shower.
This is really kinky, Dyer.
Yes. This button here, do not push it. It might kill us.
This button?
Yes, because everyone knows on a good shower you want to have the threat of death. There's also a teleporter inside this shower in case someone wants to teleport in. But the controls for this teleporter are over here, where you out of reach. So if you're inside, you can't actually activate the teleporter. You can teleport in, but you can't teleport out. And if you see down there those warheads, yeah, those are
to make sure that you're really clean, right?
Those are activated by if you appear in this room. They will automatically activate and kill anyone inside the shower for your security.
That seems like you are cleansing whoever ends up inside this shower.
Yeah. So, funnily enough, unrelated to the showers, this teleporter is labeled free stuff and is publicly usable.
Well, that's awesome.
Anyone can teleport there, and everyone who sees it will see it as being free stuff.
Well, now that's interesting.
That's a very usable shower. Anyways, so if we go up to the top here. This is the. This is where you access all of the cargo for the ship. The cargo is actually stored somewhere else, but this is where you access it. So we got minerals.
I don't have any stuff in my locker, Dyer. You're supposed to give me free stuff.
You never put anything in there. That's not my fault.
You don't
so we got
either.
372. I used it. 372,000 volume for minerals. Those are pulled for the factory down. We'll talk about that later. Then we got the building materials, which are used for the repairs and just for me building things.
We should do a tour of the factory because that's also impressive.
We will. This button here, don't stand underneath it, is the elevator up to the top entrance.
This is a very dangerous elevator. All right, everybody remember Dyer's elevator. That is a... Why are you upside down? That is a massive OSHA complaint waiting to happen. And then remember that when I show you my elevators. They are superior. You're still upside down. What's wrong with you? Help him! Somebody help him!
Okay, so over here is a elevator that goes to the top observation deck.
Previously, this elevator was 100% non-functional because to activate it, you had to go to a button that was so far away from the elevator that you couldn't possibly make it back to the elevator before it went to the top. And then when it went on the way down, it wouldn't pull you down because there was no gravity. It was a... Oh, God. Why is it going back down?
Because I wasn't on it.
Oh. You were on it. It just... You need to put a gravity thing on it so that it takes you with it.
The gravity thing is at the top, I believe, which is a design flaw. We should talk to the person who designed it.
The That's you.
I'll talk to myself later. So
finger off the trigger, Dyer. What are you doing here? What is this? Is that your grip?
It's a repair gun. God damn it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So this is the observation deck. So I can watch the fights from up here.
Ooh, yeah. Survey your destruction.
Yep. And over here is the escape pod.
You can also watch the showers from up here, which is kind of weird.
You can. So this button will actually disconnect the escape pod if ever needed.
Escape pod? Dyer, you go down with the ship, man. You're an awful captain. Good God.
Well, sorry.
I don't know if I want to...
The escape pod actually isn't meant just for this ship. It was just it's one I built for the cave. I brought it over here because I used it to go from ship to ship.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about being under the command of a captain who's only got one escape pod. Jeez.
Well, it's very far from the bridge.
Yeah, it's not even like, I don't know, there's some problems with that.
So this force field at the front launch section is activated by your proximity to the force field. So you just walk through it. It also turn on and off the gravity. So if you walk through here, it will activate the gravity for you.
Nice.
So this is the Breacher. This ship is docked on the front of the Andromeda because,
this ship once became invisible and we lost it.
Yes. So the problem is, this thing needs to be docked.
Lost the ship because it was so invisible.
Never leave this thing undocked because it automatically goes cloaked, and you cannot find it unless you have a ship that's made for finding.
It took both of us to find it, and we had to find it while it was invisible, and I had to manipulate several of the controls while it was invisible, and it was a task.
So the cockpit is obviously very tiny, but what the ship does is there's warheads
very tiny.
Can ignore shields and do explosive damage. So basically, this thing sneaks up in a fleet fight and goes up close to the other ships and can just bore a hole right through them. And it can get so close, and it's so much faster than large ships that it's hard for a large ship to destroy it. So it's a tactic I can use for fighting a ship that's much stronger than mine.
Yes, Dyer shoves his rod into everyone's day, and it just penetrates their ship, whether they want to or not. It's bite the pillow. Dyer's coming in.
Yep. Here's one of my many cannon turrets, actually designed by Fox Trevize. So thank you very much. Yeah. There's a lot of these on the ship.
The RAV turret. Yes, it's my own design. Very has a lot of good features to it. You got some repair work you need over here, buddy.
Yeah.
Mainly that oh god, what happened? Oh, I switched gravity and everything warped in a random direction.
So these small turrets are AMS turrets, or anti-missile turrets. They don't do a lot of damage, but missiles don't have a lot of HP usually. Though I would point out that my own missiles have quite a bit of HP coming from the stealth bomber ship. So this is the heavy stealth bomber. It's a cruiser-sized ship that has a rapid-firing, high-yield missiles. It also has a tractor beam that's fairly strong. That with a couple of these things, you can activate the tractor beams remotely. They can slow down a capital ship in its attempt to turn, so it cannot aim at you very easily. They fire 6 missiles.
Do we know if it worked on the Nova yet?
It worked on my battleship that I tried in the creative zone.
Oh.
So,
this one.
And then this one over here is this is the Widow class stealth bomber. And these ships are meant to mostly be controlled by AI. They're not meant to be controlled by me, though there is a bridge for each of them, and you can teleport to them as well. So this is the bridge for the stealth bomber, and this is the Redeemer class heavy cruiser. It's got 4 layers of armor, including both standard, advanced, and basic, and it has a 700, almost 800, 760 block death beam, which is pretty strong, as well as 2 regular phaser style beams that are good for hitting small, fast ships. So,
cool.
There you go. That's that. It also has a cannon on the back, another RAV turret on the back of it.
Fantastic.
So let's go look at the last hangar where we have the nuclear bomber, and yeah, it's nice.
What'd you name that? Should name it the Enola Gay.
It's actually the Scorpion class stealth bomber, Mark 1.
Stole that from me.
I did say it before you said it, so I feel like
I was working on it at the same time you were, and then you were just like, "Hey, I made this thing." I'm like, "I already named mine that." I had actually done it first. You had planned it first, but I had named it first.
Those two big things there are, well, it's kind of glitched out right now, but those are two capital-sized laser beams.
Are they pointing backwards?
One's pointing down and one's pointing backwards, yes.
That's fun.
I can go in there and click in the ship menu to make all the turrets go back to their
How do you do that?
default. There, you hit delete. I'm not kidding. You hit delete, it pulls up another menu. It allows you to reset all turrets to default.
Really?
Yep.
That would have been useful information like a long time ago.
I learned that today, so don't get mad at me.
Well, I am still mad at you.
Okay, let's go over look. Let's go look at Hangar Bay 2. Is missing a block? What block is it missing?
Oh, maybe it's not. I don't know. I think it's a missile port.
Yeah, it's probably missile port.
Where did you go?
I went back to the teleporter room. We're gonna go to Hangar Bay 2.
How'd you get back to the teleporter room?
What do you mean? You just walked there. Well, floated.
Did you go back through that door that we came through earlier?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, so this is Hangar Bay 2, and this is the Scorpion class stealth bomber.
Where'd you go from there?
So, the thing about the Andromeda has an average of 3 layers of armor all the way around, but as your ships get bigger and their weapons, their main weapons become more powerful, armor becomes less of a factor because the way that armor scales up, the effects on it on larger ships make it so you can only have so many layers of armor, and the weapons they have will always be able to penetrate them. So the Nova Soul would be able to penetrate the armor of the Nova Soul without any trouble. My battleship can penetrate the armor of that same battleship without any effort. So it comes down to shields. Well, if you can bypass the shields, you have a huge advantage. This stealth bomber here, it drops a nuclear bomb, which is a skill shot. It does 1 million damage from a fighter-sized ship. But the missile has no portion of its own, so you have to have a ship that goes fast to give that missile velocity. So this is a fast ship with a very powerful missile that is easy to miss. But it cloaks. So this ship, while the fleet is engaging the other fleet, I come in with this thing and hit the large targets with a 1 million damage bomb, which leaves a gigantic hole.
Dyer loves giant holes.
Yeah, and there's also, of course,
filling them with a nuclear bomb.
There's also more fighters in here and another launch bay over here.
That was a cool ship. I found some other room that I got lost. There was a button that said emergency hatch, and then there was another button that was behind a grate. I thought about punching it, but...
Oh, the emergency hatch. Yeah, that goes to the Valkyrie.
Dog.
We're going to go there as well. So let's take a look in here real quick. This is one of the forward battery lasers. When you hit the activate forward battery, it will open up that blast door, and it will start this turret rotating back and forth slowly at 90 degrees, looking for a target to shoot at.
Nice.
And there is 16 of those across the front of the ship.
Really?
Yes. Oh, sorry.
How dare you?
Let's go back to the bridge one more time.
Go back to the bridge.
You see that orange one over there? That's a test sled that I learned from you, because I needed to make sure the rails actually worked.
Yeah. And
they took a lot of effort to program that. Going back to the bridge, I got it wrong a lot.
Daha.
All right.
Oh, it took me too. Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool.
Okay, so let's go downstairs this time. So, right below the bridge, you have cargo hold 1. Nothing crazy, just has cargo in it.
That's usually what's in a cargo hold.
Surprise. Down here we have Reactor chamber, room 1. It holds all the reactor chambers that give you bonuses to your ship. This ship has defense chambers, mobility chambers, FTL chambers. So I can use FTL jamming and FTL bonuses. The biggest thing this ship uses usually is mobility. What it has activated right now is mobility for turn radius, so it can aim easily. It has FTL bonus, so it can jump really far and bring the fleet with it. This is cargo hold 2. This holds mostly just minerals. And then defense chamber, which gives it a more powerful shield. This is just a piece of art that has no value whatsoever.
Oh, I like it.
That right there is a small room where there's some logic for the bridge.
Oh, it's like a replica of itself. That's cool. Yeah, I always like. That's always like cliche. Is like the ship has to have a replica of the ship in the captain's office.
I thought it'd be funny. Okay, so there's 2 blast doors. One blast door for Andromeda and one blast door for the ship we're going into. Just so you know. This is upside down Valkyrie. So it's upside down because this ship. Well, it's right side up for you. This ship is docked into the bottom of Andromeda. Can you zoom out and go get in the ship and zoom out and see where it's located at?
I cannot get into it because you locked me out, you jerk.
Okay, I'll do it. Okay. Yeah, so you look at this and I'll look at that. So you see this
Dyer's screen there.
You see a little alcove on the bottom of Andromeda? That's actually
toggle on your build light or your lighten structure. Yours is very dark.
You're really dark.
That's racist. There you go. Now you can zoom around it.
So this is the Valkyrie, and this is the command cruiser that I launch that allows me to control Andromeda while being cloaked and while having the strongest sensors possible to pick up cloaked ships. And this ship can shoot cloaked ships to uncloak them, allowing Andromeda and the support fleet to shoot them. It also allows me to undock the ships from Andromeda and launch fighters remotely.
That's nice. I need to do that.
And also, it docks automatically if I ever need to. See this path here? Yeah. It will dock into that alcove by itself.
That's nice.
And then also, the reason why there's a hatch instead of just teleporting to the ship, because it does have a teleporter, is because if you're getting shot at, you don't want to use a teleporter because it drops your shields.
Hell yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. There's also a hatch on the top.
Ride your little monorail cart here. Does that work?
Yes. We're gonna. Yeah, it works. We'll take it in a second. I want to take it with you if you don't mind.
Take what with me?
I want to go with you.
Oh.
Don't leave me alone.
Is there enough room in here? That's gonna.
We don't have physical space. We don't have collision mechanics.
Yeah, but I can feel you that close to me. A little strange.
You can't feel anything. It's okay. Okay, 1 second. Let's get in it.
Is this a clan outfit, Dyer?
What
do you see how white this is? Is this a clan outfit? Did you put a clan outfit in here, Dyer?
What are you talking about?
Do you see what I'm looking at right now? Is this a clan hood?
You mean the white wall?
You see a white wall. I see a clan hood, Dyer.
Okay, well, you just go and get yourself on the gravity of that little tram there, okay?
Can I run a...
Just hit space on the tram.
I hit space on the tram.
Okay, bye.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh, there's directions here. It says Hangar Bay 1, Hangar Bay 2, and it says inner ship shuttle as well.
Help! Help!
Nope, you gotta go all the way.
Help! I could just undock it and fly back.
Don't undock it, please!
Dyer's like, you're trapped. No, I'm not. It's very dark. Alright. I'm very impressed with this ship, but my elevators are superior to yours.
When you bring this back, you want to bring it back? I can bring it back.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I trust you. These I know how I feel about these like safety rails engaging manually and being able to disengage them manually too.
So your problem is that the person riding it might be stupid.
I think it's not safe. There's a lot of safety features on my ship to make sure that there's no OSHA violations.
Okay, maybe you haven't heard of the very well known saying of safety last, but
yeah.
All right.
Okay. And then you gotta like undo it. Man, this is a very manual ship there.
Okay, come on down.
Somebody's gonna get a pinch point there. It's all fun and games
Complainers.
till someone
All right,
loses it.
let's go look at the factory and crew quarters. That's this room right
Ooh.
here. Factory and crew quarters.
Quarters.
So which one first? Crew quarters,
I wanna
cafeteria.
do crew quarters. Let's go
Okay,
to quarters.
upstairs.
We'll go nap and we'll get up and go get breakfast, and then we'll I don't know whatever's after that. Maybe go
So,
back to the nap.
You'll see here. This is a
Oh,
plant planner in the middle of all the rooms.
That's pretty.
Each of these rooms is a character, is a bed and room for a character that actually I made. So the beds are named after them. So you see there,
big bed.
the rooms have a bed with pillow. There's also a spaceship apparently. It has a computer with a screen and a potted plant.
That's nice. You'll like my rooms. My rooms they're nice.
There's also a bench for
I
you
do
to
like
sit
your
on.
flowers. I was trying to add flowers to mine, but I couldn't figure out where to put them.
There is a teleporter straight to the crew quarters because I put the ships. I put all my characters inside the cores of those beds.
We made extra characters. That's what Dyer's talking about, because there is a game mechanic that penalizes us for only having 2 characters, and so we kind of gamed the system and made extra characters that we log in and out of, so that the game thinks that we have more people in our faction than what we actually do.
So the cafeteria in this place is actually more of just a replicator with a little stand here.
Ooh, I made a replicator too.
And then this is where they eat.
This is nice. I was gonna make a green room too, but I ran out of time.
I had to mine quite a bit of grass.
It's very pretty. I like it.
Okay, let's go look at the factory.
I'm jealous that I did not get to finish my my greenhouse room.
Can you close the door?
No. I didn't finish it. Well, I didn't even start it, but I was thinking about trying to make a holodeck room that would
that'd be cool.
That would have like one scene in it, and then if you went back outside and hit the button, it would use rails to switch out the scene to it.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm still thinking through how to get it to work, but.
So this is a entry control point,
Ooh.
so the person in there can enter to allow you in or not. Each of these factories, this is a factory module that produces something, right? It says right there what it produces. If you hit that button there, it'll start producing it. The light will turn green. See?
Nice.
All right. If there actually produces enough, it'll actually have dynamic boxes appear right here on the conveyor belt to show you that there's actually something being made. So this is the factory room. Basically Andromeda can go somewhere and be self-sufficient. It's not as productive as our main factory.
Our main factory is too
cheating.
Yeah.
So
nice.
our main factory produces stuff so quickly. It's like being in creative mode.
Yeah. And it's we also have a mining thing that cheats. We're not going to show you or tell you because it's not cheating, but it's kind of cheating. But it allows us to mine much faster than what the game lords intended.
So we can also activate or deactivate all of the factories at one time, which is be used for if you're going to go into combat, you want to deactivate all of them, right? So because it uses up power.
They do use power.
So
do you have logic set up that if the shields go down, it'll deactivate it too?
It does not, no.
You should.
So there's also a teleporter right there for if you want to go somewhere. I think we've basically shown the interior of the ship very well. There's a lot of logic to this ship. There's actually 4 separate rooms. Their entire purpose is to house the logic.
Do you have? I got a bunch of logic rooms too. Do you got you go show us a logic room?
Oh shit! I just teleported.
Teleport to
the bridge. Yeah, we can, but they're kind of far away. The small one is below the bridge, but the big ones that control the rails for the launching. I mean, that's a lot of stuff. You want to go look?
You can go look.
Okay.
Go look. That's what the whole show's about. Let's go look.
All right. Well, we were actually really close to it. I don't know why we.
Well, you're leading the tour here, buddy. This is Cribs. It's ship Cribs. But,
okay. So the small doors like this that are only 3 blocks or 2 blocks tall. I mean, these are always just access panels for accessing logic.
Did we switch system, like ships?
No.
Oh, mine just like flipped over.
Okay, so this is the logic
Ooh.
room for
This.
just one launch bay.
It's very fun.
Everything here has a purpose. Even that block right there.
Even,
That has a purpose. That yellow and black block has a very important purpose. It's doing some work right now.
even me, I've got a purpose.
Don't worry about it. There you go.
I believe
Don't, no, that's a very important block. See, this right here tells you this is the command cruiser's command signal. I actually should have labeled more stuff because I'm going to forget what half the shit does.
Yeah, there's some of the stuff's like labeled. I like tend to make like clusters. Yeah, so before you go into my ship, I'm going to make you turn off the sausage things that show you the connections between the logic modules because they look like a rat's nest. So you guys can see on Dyer's screen, he has the visuals for how the logic blocks are connected turned on, but you can't see it on mine because I turned it off.
Right,
You're gonna have to turn that off before you go into the Nova. Otherwise, in the
places that people are actually expected to go, most of it's wireless, so you don't see these.
Yeah.
But in this room, when I'm working in this room, I'm usually trying to fix the logic, right? So I probably want to know where the things are going.
Yeah, the way I did it was I made like smaller. So I actually know some like how some like electronic circuits work and stuff like that. So like I was setting up using the logic circuits to set up more traditional logic circuits, like how they might be laid out in a simple CPU. So I was making smaller, essentially chips, and then linking those together. So I had it like laid out a little bit more logically for me, so I didn't need to have the seeing it as much.
Fair enough.
But when you're not using them, I've definitely got it turned off. Otherwise, the Nova does not look as cool.
Spectacular. All right, so that's the there's one more room. I forgot to show you the med bay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and the officers what do you call it?
They're a lounge.
The war room. There we go. It says war room.
Yeah.
So this is the war room. We actually have a rich mahogany.
I got you that mahogany.
You did. I remember for shit.
Slaved away to get that mahogany. How did you get the crystal in the pipe thing? I knew that you could do that, but I couldn't get it to do it.
I stole it from somebody.
Oh really?
Yeah, I did a lot of piracy, killing players.
No wait. We probably shouldn't look at that.
Yeah, don't look at that. This is the med bay, which actually
Why is the med bay only accessible from, or is it accessible from somewhere else?
This is from both.
Okay.
Actually, so this is these wall panels will actually heal you. Oh, I'm hurt. Actually, let's fix that real quick.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go, healed up. 3 beds, and this is the isolation chamber.
Oh, jeez.
For COVID-19.
Wow, jeez. I have 2 surgical.
You just broke quarantine.
There's no one in here.
Now you gotta stay in there, okay?
Yeah. This should be the quarantine bay. Should be the shower bay. That's the quarantine bay for COVID-19. God damn it. You see my surgical bay. I have 2 surgical bays, and I have more beds.
Oh, my 4 total beds, including the isolation room, is not enough for you.
Well, but so my ship was more. Your ship's very functionally designed, and it's also got aesthetics, which I like. Mine was more focused on aesthetics that just happened to be attached to the biggest weapon that is possible in the game. So
it's almost not possible, actually.
It was very difficult to make possible.
Okay, so let's look at this is the view.
For screen, guys.
Yeah, this is the view from the observation deck when you're actually in combat. I'm gonna fire my weapons off.
Why is your power consumption so high?
Because of all the ships that are docked.
Oh.
So it looks like the power is used up because the docks are showing like how much those ships need from my ship. But the docks are the lowest priority, so they actually are not stopping me from charging my shields, not stopping me from using my weapons or my thrusters. It just shows me what my total power usage would be if I was giving the amount of power required to power all of the ships docked to me right now.
Nice.
But I'm not powering them. That's why it says red. So here's I have a fairly powerful autocannon, right? Out the front. The damage on that thing is, one quick second, it is 15,654 DPS. 2 turrets.
We have, not to rush you, but we have been doing your ship for about almost 50 minutes now.
Okay.
See you.
Okay, and then 2 missiles that do 38,500 each. Okay, done. And you see all those intership remotes are as... Most of what the ship does is not firing its own weapons. Oh, let's go look at the Nova Sol.
Alrighty. So the coordinates for that are.
I think you should jump my shuttle for this instead of taking Andromeda there.
I've got. Yeah, do not take Andromeda there. I've got a shuttle that you can ride. If you go outside, go up to the, go up to your observation deck, and I'll come pick you up on my little teeny shuttle.
Okay, I'll just teleport to the escape pod.
Actually, you can teleport to Puddle Jumper 1.
Oh.
Okay, so actually, I don't need to give you the coordinates.
I don't see that.
It's.
Oh my.
You should. Because I just teleported to it from your ship. So.
Puddle Jumper 1. Is it set to faction use?
Yes, because I just teleported to it.
Are you looking at my screen right now?
Yeah. Go down to the P's. I don't know.
Okay, I'm just gonna go to my escape pod and then float to you.
Okay. Yeah, second action.
That turret's facing right at me.
Not good trigger discipline. Hey. Okay. Grab on.
Where are you?
I'm the little,
Oh wow, there you are.
little thing. Just get associated with it, and then I'll.
What the hell is this thing?
It's a puddle jumper. Okay. Where did the? There it is. Okay.
This seems highly dangerous.
It is absolutely dangerous. Where am I supposed to go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, my waypoint was behind the Andromeda. That's why I couldn't find it.
Well, I just went through FTL, basically just me and my spacesuit.
You're not in a spacesuit. You're just naked in space right now. It's very dangerous. You definitely have cancer now. Alrighty. It should be somewhere. It's lagging hard, so it should be.
Oh my god, the FPS.
Yeah, the FPS just took a dump already. Let's see here. It should load in a little quicker though, just because there's nothing else in the area. So, yeah, if you guys watch my screen, we're kind of getting loaded. Well, I guess Dyer's looking at it too. So.
It's bright.
Yeah. Well, it loads in very slowly because it's such a big ship, so we're going to fly around it a little bit to try and get it to load in. And this is where I hope it doesn't crash, because sometimes when it loads in, the whole server crashes.
Because it's that powerful.
It is absolutely...
It's literally a star captured inside of a ship.
Yeah. It's like, wow, it's really dragging on loading stuff in right now. You guys are probably like confused at what you're looking at on the screen because it's not loaded in. Okay, there we go. We're getting some of it to load in. Once we get it loaded in, I'll back off so you can actually see it.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, I should probably slow down a little bit so it's not loading in so many cells at a time. Let's try.
Okay, that is see how those gigantic engine bells, like you don't have Andromeda to compare it to, but this thing is many times larger than Andromeda.
Yeah, so yeah, yeah, we thought Andromeda was pretty sizable at the time. Yeah, those engine bells have got more than 1 million engines in them, so it goes very slowly because it's still very big. And there is the bottom deck is not loaded in yet. Let's get that loaded. Come on. Come on. Yeah, that's all hull that's supposed to be there that's not loaded in. That's why you can see through it.
I can see it, the hole.
It's not loaded in for me yet, so hold on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there's some of the bridge. No, that's the under bridge. It's the hangar bay. Some of the bridge loaded in. Probably saw, well, on my screen you probably saw some of the logic room. Alrighty. Let me get that part loaded in. Dyer was flying in the vicinity of this the other day, and it wasn't loaded in. And he just crashed the Andromeda into it, and then it like popped into existence when he crashed into it.
Yes, I was just flying Andromeda towards the station, right?
Oh god, I just docked. That was weird. I didn't mean to dock.
Not even aware that Nova was near me, and then suddenly my screen was filled with bright white beacon lights, to the point it actually shocked me because I was not expecting it to happen.
Yeah. So, okay, there we go. Now we got the whole goddamn thing loaded in. So there is, if you guys look at my screen, this is the Nova Sol. So the inner sphere is a giant ball that is meant to be a captured star. That is the power source. Inside there is a bunch of reactor, a stupid amount of reactor. And those rings were also meant to spin, and they do spin, except for when they spin, the server crashes. So imagine if those were spinning in a very cool kind of atom pattern. It would look very, very cool.
Yeah. Okay. It doesn't crash the server. What it does is it warps reality so much that reality falls apart.
So the funny thing about the fact that like it's like invisible and it won't load in is that you actually have to, like, having your ship be invisible is an effect. Like it's a power up that you can get having a stealth mechanic. But my ship is literally so big that I don't need to have the stealth mechanic because it just won't load in because of the server.
But it still functions.
Yeah. So here from the front is what you're gonna. I mean, if you're looking at this, like that's like the last thing you'll ever see. Most of the time. So you got the red spot there is the big central beam, which we'll get to watch fire here shortly. And you got on either side 2 large secondary cannons. And this part's not loaded in either. You need to bump up against that. There we go. And you guys can see from out here, the bridge is in a giant glass bubble. It's got a lot of stuff in there, which we're going to be walking around in there rather shortly. And it's got a lot of stuff going on in there. So, let's see here. We'll zoom back around to the backside again real quick and look at it. The engine bells. Do one quick.
The Nova Sol actually has bathrooms and showers because Fox is not gross.
Yeah, Dyers. I don't know what you guys did overseas there, buddy, but that was I feel like you did that from experience. That you're like, well,
sacrifices had to be made. Okay.
Yeah, you're like. Military installations don't have those, so why would my ship?
You don't know what it's like when there's no society.
Yeah, for real.
Sacrifices have to be made.
Yeah, okay. Alrighty, so you should be able to, from the back side of this, hop on the teleporter and go to the bridge. And I will follow you there.
Can you stop moving first?
Yeah, I stopped moving. Yeah, because if you try to teleport while it's moving, you're asking for trouble.
I'll get stuck inside your ship. Is what that happens.
You may still get stuck inside the ship. Is it not working?
I can't click it for some reason.
Why not?
Yeah, I think it's a me problem.
I think you're just a dork.
So I'm using a heal beam, by the way. I'm not doing anything to you.
I'm activating it, so maybe if you're just in it.
Yes, let's do that.
Take you with you. Did it take you?
Nope. Do you not have it set to faction access?
I have it set for faction access. Are you not in my faction?
I am absolutely in
It says activate. Just hit R. What are you doing?
I'm hitting R.
Reload?
I
don't know. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if there's like a great way for you to get in there. Oh, now you should not have done that, Dyer. That was absolutely the wrong thing to do because now you're gonna have to reload the whole freaking Nova back in. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Go to your settings and turn off the logic things.
I'm gonna go to bridge.
Yep. I really hope it doesn't crash when I was trying to load it back in for you. That was the whole point of us walking around it. Okay. Like this, you just defeated the whole goddamn purpose. Now I'm kind of upset now that you did that.
What? I was stuck.
We could have solved this. Okay.
How can I solve this? Isn't working.
Okay, go to your settings so you can turn off the logic things. Okay. So Well, Dyers be the dark. And you also have to go to gravity, so click on the gravity thing that's next to the teleporter.
What am I turning off here?
Go to advanced graphics. Go to search for logic. Go to search by name and type in logic. Draw connections between logic blocks. Uncheck that. And then hit OK. Then hit OK again. There you go. Alrighty. Come back over to the teleporter here. The teleporter is a whole thing on its own. Click on the gravity module so you can get associated with the ship.
Okay.
And walk around gravity. So there's the teleporter array. It's very a lot of stuff going on there. Welcome to the bridge. So if you follow me, we will go up to the very, very bright here, very bright white, very inspired by Star Trek, which has their bridge. The new Star Trek, the bridge just has blinding lights shining into your eyes from every conceivable angle, creating lens flare. So up here on the top bridge, we've got 4 little kind of command stations. Those are more for like the leaders. It's kind of big command stations there.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, it goes. It's often a little sideways thing too, which is nice. A little diagonal action going on there. If you look off to the side of the going forward. Often like the main command deck here is where like the captain, like me, would stand. So I can oversee everything. So as you can see out here, you can look out. You got the big beam weapon. This is right there. It's kind of integrated right into the ship. If you look down to the left and right at the bottom there, you got some spinny simulation chambers, and so that's for. They aren't actually functional. It's more for fun. That would be imagined if like the crew wanted to like take command of a drone or like looking through telescopes and like navigation and stuff like that. They can just hop in a little simulation chamber and they rotate around randomly, like what a real simulation chair would.
Why is only one moving?
They randomly turn on and off, and then when they do turn on and off, they will randomly spin in different directions. So if we stand here for long enough, they will randomly popcorn and do different stuff.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Looks very nice. I like the lighting. Very nice.
Yes, very, very much lighting. So we'll go... actually, we can walk over these catwalks. So there's different ways to get up and down the bridge. Yeah, we'll go over here to this catwalk. Follow me. Where'd you go?
We're right behind you.
Yeah. So little catwalk on either side, and that's so you can walk over there and kind of overlook all of the many stations. As you can see, there's a lot of stations, which we're going to go down and look at in a second here. But this is kind of a way that you kind of... Huh?
What's this?
What's what?
What's this?
It's just a little thing at the end of the catwalk, so little decorations. You look behind you, there's nice little servers. See those?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's very, very nice.
You must have a very intense computer to operate this thing.
We have a lot of servers hanging around.
There's a ladder!
Yeah, so there's a little cat ladder. Unfortunately, unlike real Minecraft, there's no up the ladder mechanic that I've found so far, so you can go down it. You cannot go back up it.
I just fell down it. I didn't go down it. I just fell down it.
That's that sounds like a you problem. What did you say earlier about yours? So here's little command stations, or like little, it's like a little worker station. So they got a little mini server in the center there, and then they got their little consoles going around. It kind of glows a little bit. Then back behind you is a little blue server. There's one for each color. So we kind of imagine that the blue was general. Kind of general ship logistics. Green was kind of probably like life support and things like that. And then the yellow was navigation, and red was weapons. So and you see each level got different stuff. So down here on the green level, then find my ramp here. There we go. Now we're on the yellow level where the navigation stuff's at. And you also got the red level where all of the weapons are controlled from. So yeah, just a lot of little crew stations. This ship was imagined to have a very large crew.
Yeah, I am like surprised. You have a small city.
Yes. So we actually, when we get back to the living section, there's actually functional living space for more than 80 people, which is pretty cool. And
can I get inside this thing? I want to get this.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, see how more of them turned on since the last time you saw them? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so look, if you get up to the top of it too, I don't know if you actually can.
What the? Huh?
Huh?
How do you get up here?
I don't know. Click on it so it associates you with it because it keeps
Yep.
spinning you around. There you go. I don't know if you can actually get up there with the gravity turned on.
I'm in it. So yeah, you can, when you have gravity turn, you can't associate to something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it jumps. You jump instead.
Yeah. So you see how the when you go up there, the consoles are also tilted.
Yeah, I see that. It's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I must sit like this, aren't I?
Well, you
can't see.
you crawl up it, and there's a seat up there, but you can't actually get up there. It's more for fun.
It's still awesome.
When so those have the pads that they're on. When it completes a spin, it has randomizers that will pick a new rotation and speed, and so they just kind of randomly pivot back and forth. And so, kind of the for aesthetic purposes, you imagine just it's like a simulation chamber. Or you're looking at you're flying a fighter or something like that. And it's like a motion.
Dude, I like this ramp.
Yeah, there you go.
I know that's not important, but I like this ramp.
Oh, so I got the. Is it because of the railings?
Yes.
Yeah, the railings are all over the place. The railings are all over the place in the living area.
This is a good usage of this.
So come up here, follow me. So as you can see, it's very. If you look up, just look up. It's very, very beautiful. So this nice glass dome you got here. So everybody's kind of really jutted out into space. It might sound dangerous, but this is a very, very thick piece of crystal, like 10 to 20 thick. It's 20 thick at the front of it, but there is a very small opening. If you follow me, you almost can't see it, Dyer, but you have to follow straight at me. You can actually, there's a very, very small opening, and it's okay because it's very unlikely anybody's ever going to hit it at this angle, but you can actually walk all the way out to the front here. Now you're right on top of the beam weapon, which I'm sure looks very cool when you fire it. And you can see the little puddle jumper out there.
Are you going to shoot the puddle jumper?
Maybe. I think it would just disappear. I don't think.
Yeah, you wouldn't see an explosion or anything. Yeah. It just vaporize. Yeah. This is cool.
Yeah. So you see, like how the get the lighting over top of the sim chambers too. And then there's little control centers for each of the sim chambers too, and the buttons next to them, those will turn them on and off. But there's little consoles everywhere.
Can I jump into your core real quick and just grab myself a personal blueprint for the local?
Yeah, if you want. I mean, you're welcome to do that any time. It's just not done yet.
Okay, so, I can wait. I have a bunch of turrets for this thing. You guys didn't see the turrets, but there's a lot of hard points on the outside.
Yeah,
this thing is going to have, how many turrets was it? 60?
Something like that. It was nearly 100. Some of the points got covered up. So as you can see, just walking around, there's just more servers kind of all over the place. More stations, more all kinds of stuff. I kind of discovered these.
This is nice aesthetics.
Yeah, the motherboard blocks I kind of discovered late in the game. Those are those dark blocks with the colored lines in them. They're actually very, very pretty. I like them. I should have used them more earlier on. But you see some servers over here, and then just some of the others. What's that?
I haven't figured out how to use them yet. Like, what would they look good for me on? But they look good on your design.
Yeah. So there's just more little workstations all over the place. There's I think there's something like 60 to 80 workstations. There's you could also imagine if you were hot bunking, you could get 160 people on the ship living reasonably comfortably. So there's a lot of room for workers. You come up here, there is some very nice looking servers that have various functions. They don't really function, so they're just pretty.
They are pretty. I like the use of the ladder.
Yes. And then the back of them, they got some intense cooling going on in the back of them here. They're very hot servers. They're hot.
I like that. I use those fans on the factory floor. Yeah, that's one of my favorite blocks, actually. Yeah, ooh, I like the red motherboard behind it. Nice.
Yeah. Well, come back to the front of it and look at this. So, you put the motherboard color behind it, and then you put the parsing active circuits in front of it, and it makes a really cool effect when you kind of just jiggle yourself back and forth to the side, and the way that, like the colored motherboard kind of shines through it a little bit.
That's cool. I like.
Yeah.
Me like.
And then from the back of it, you can see back into the giant core. So you can see the core from the back, which is nice. And you might notice there's 2 elevators on either side, which we'll get to in a second. The elevator's very cool. But there's a little deck here. And if you were brave enough to look down, you can see some of the decks below it, which we'll get to shortly. Where's Dyer at? Dyer, get over here. Get over here. I can't believe he's just walking around. Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking at it. It's beautiful.
Very. Yeah. Oh, you can't see. If you look over on my screen on the stream, you can see the.
I see it.
Yeah, Dyer doesn't have it loaded in because he left. Okay.
What happens if I jump over this thing?
I would not recommend it because I would have to come get you because you don't have the elevator. We'll do that later. There's still more stuff up here. Come here.
So don't end my life it. Got it.
Yeah. So this is a little, just kind of like a, I don't know, like a typist pool or something like that. Just more like little workstations. These are more for like the
writing reports.
Yeah, more like the cities
God
or something
knows,
like that.
half of the military is writing reports.
Absolutely. This is where Dyer's hell is. You can hit the button to open the door if you'd like. And this is the war room. This is one of 2 war rooms. Look at this.
2 war rooms. What do you need 2 rooms for?
Because there's a lot of war going on, Dyer.
Wars at once?
A lot of war. You got your seats. You got more servers. You got all kinds of like cool colors going on here. Look at that. Look at that display. Look at that monitor up there. That big old damn monitor. You put so much war on that monitor.
I've seen so much war on that monitor. You know, I feel like this is more of a... It is designed, even though it's a gigantic death, world-ending weapon, it seems like it's also like a command ship.
Yeah, it certainly is both. I always liked the kind of paradox of the Next Generation Enterprise being like a kind of a city on its own, right? And it was always it was like families aboard, but it was also like, it was like, oh, it's it's an exploration ship and there's families and it's a little city, but it was just like ready to go to war at a moment's notice, and it regularly did. So I kind of liked the like juxtaposition of that, and I kind of included that in the design here, where it was a it seems like a very nice place to work and live, and then also it will don't get on the elevator yet. Not ready for the elevators yet. There is another, well, it's actually the same thing on the other side. It's just the flipped. There's another war room over here, which looks exactly the same.
I gotta ask, did you build this with symmetry?
I might have. Although some of the blocks, some of these decorative blocks do not obey the rules of symmetry, and so it's kind of hard. But yeah, here's another little war room here. Very nice. Very nice.
You can conduct so many wars.
A lot of war. You do 2 wars at the same time.
But never more.
Yeah, you were limited to 2 wars. If you want to do 3 wars, you gotta go on the Andromeda. Which is why I keep Dyer around, because Could you imagine that having like a ship this big and like you have like 2 crews on it, like both conducting their own independent war, and they just like the night shift is using it, and then the day shift is like using it for a different war. Okay, so let's use the elevator. So the elevator is not here, so I'm going to call it. And there's a lot of complex logic that actually calls it to the floor that you want it to be on. And then the door opens like a real elevator would. And then if you walk onto it, the gravity automatically pulls you and associates you with the elevator, so that when it goes down, it pulls you with it. And then when you walk back off, it'll automatically reassociate you with the main ship, so that
That's
it
cool.
doesn't. Look out the window. Here you go.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay, so this is welcome to the crew quarters deck. There you go.
Your crew quarters are quite a bit bigger than mine.
Yeah, so there's some fun area over here, just kind of some seating, so you can look out the back window and look at the big beautiful Nova that you've captured to power your ship. There's a little pool table over here. Got some,
that's cool.
Yeah, it's got a pool stick and a little triangle thing to rack the balls on it too. That's
I
nice.
can use my imagination. Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Some more couches.
Nice.
If you look back here, there is. There's a.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's the weapons. It's like weapons and maintenance space. It's not like main weapons, but just kind of a little extra space. There's another
Next to the crew quarters.
Yeah.
These gigantic weapons.
Everything like every wall that you see, every bit of floor that you see, if you pull a block out of it, it is just packed with weapons. So
I like a fan going into that room where there's likely very hot weapons.
No, that's not the weapons room. The weapons are to the left of that room. On the right is barracks. There's also stairs to get downstairs from here, but we're not going down there yet. So we go into the barracks here, which there is a lot of barracks.
There's a lot of beds there.
Yeah, a lot of bunks, more couches.
So you have so much like living space, so much free space for like activities, and yet the beds are built like a submarine.
Well, you'll see, because the officers' quarters are much more spacious, and there just wasn't room for the grunts like you if the officers wanted to have nice stuff. So So you
Fair
come
enough.
past this little partition. There's a little locker room.
Oh, nice.
Some benches. You
Nice,
get
nice.
the showers with the UV lights to make sure that you get tan and cleaned. And on
Nice.
the other side is another locker room, and that is because there's another set of barracks over here.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
So, and then on the back wall, if you go back into the locker room, there is sinks and other things that use water. But there's a whole bunch of them. So
I'm supposed to sit on this thing?
you could if you would want to. It's up to you. I don't think you can actually like sit on it like from like the mechanics.
So sit is 0? Can't sit
know.
here.
No, you
Can't sit.
can't. But like, it's more visual than anything.
Yeah. I like it.
But also little sinks there. So, yeah, a nice little.
I will find a place to sit.
Yes. To do what Dyer does. Alrighty. So then you come out to the other side. There's more barracks. Little couch. Little seats there. Where'd you go?
I'm sitting in the barracks.
Oh. Well, I know that's where you feel at home at, but come out in the main hallway.
Okay. How do you unsit?
I don't know. So that is.
Ooh, is this the TV?
No, so these are actually the replicator stations where you eat at. So there's
Ooh.
little seats here, and then these little blue computer things. They make food, except for not really. You just have to do it in your imagination. And there's just random little assortment of consoles.
I like how in this world art is just these blocks.
Yes, it is. I appreciate that you've recognized that as art because that was entirely the intention. So that's fantastic. If you come up here, little ramp here, the ramp you do. You come up to the officer's deck, and there is 12 very lush officers' quarters.
All lockable.
Yes. Come in here. So you got almost a little studio apartment here. Get your nice
Yeah.
big king size bed all to yourself. Not like
Your
not
bed
packed,
is definitely bigger than
not
mine.
packed into the sardines like you are. You know, a little personal bathroom here, like a big walk-in shower.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, no, it's very nice and spacious. I bet you're jealous. You even have a little. You got your own personal replicator to make your own food. And you got your own little seating area, so you can be a little hermit by yourself, chilling out in here. Very nice. And you can lock the door behind you, because you don't want to mess around with any of them stinky grunts out there. You're an officer. You worked hard. You worked hard to get to this rank, and you don't want to deal with them crap. I'm giving you flashbacks.
Yes. Look at me.
Where are you? Oh, you're sitting at... Yeah, there you go. How do you sit? Is it 0?
Hit 0. No, I mean hit O.
Oh.
You gotta have a room though. There you go.
Oh, am I sitting?
Yes, you are.
Are
You're sitting on me though.
Oh, that's kinky. All right, we better get out of here. I think it's we're getting rules of fraternization. I think we're skirting those a little bit. Alrighty. Then yeah, so there's 12 of these. They're flipped every other one. So this one is the mirror of the previous one, and then they just kind of go back and forth.
Nice.
Yep.
In voxel-based worlds, single colored blocks are art.
So that was only on like the one side. So you guys saw 2 sets of barracks. There's 2 more sets of barracks and a whole other set of showers on the other side as well, and then a whole other set of officers' quarters up there. And then back here is the weapons room. Ooh boy.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is a big weapons computer. And then down below
Jeez
is
Louise.
more weapons room, which we can access from downstairs. There should actually be a safety railing here. It's not very safe. You're not really supposed to be in here, but you know, there's a lot of stuff going on here.
Holy shit!
Wait till you go down to the bottom stairs. So yeah, there's a lot of. I'll have you stand in here too and reactivate the weapons because it looks very the weapons computer that controls those weapons is nuts. So we'll get to that. All right, so let's go back out here to the main floor. I got some just more servers over here, probably handling environmental controls. Gotta make sure those officers are comfortable. Probably pump all the heat downstairs to the.
Yes, it's for the grounds to have.
So.
Don't want to waste the heat, right?
Absolutely. Let's keep them toasty. As you can see, the ship is so big that the frame rate's starting to lag a little bit here. And then if you walk out, actually, we're gonna go the other way because that hallway does not work. So there was a problem when I was doing the hallways that wrap around the ship, because there's hallways that go all. You guys saw how big it was from the outside. There's hallways that go all the way around the ring, and when I was building them, I was using symmetry, but I missed the symmetry, and there was a lot of problems, and so only the one side looks good, and the other side does not. So yeah, more replicators. Gotta keep everyone well fed. Actually, I think yeah, these hallways just did not work out. Yeah, we'll get out of here because these ones didn't work either. The hallways were a nightmare. I was very upset that I did not get them finished. I spent a bunch of time on them, and I did the symmetry wrong, and then I realized I did the symmetry wrong, and I was like, I am not going to fix this. I'm just going to stop. I give up.
Did you see the differences between Hangar Bay 1 and 2?
A little bit.
Yeah, I built them individually without symmetry because I was worried about the exact same thing happening.
So if we watch... if you watch the elevators, they will sometimes randomly jump to different floors. They just have a randomizer on them.
How the fuck did you go?
I'm over here at
there.
the deck. So yeah, so you look up. That was that deck that you wanted to jump off earlier. And then this one, again, more viewing area. Kind of sit around, play cards, shoot the shit with the guys.
If I jump off this railing, what happens?
Then you'll end up on the one below it. There's another deck below it that also has a railing. So we just...
I jump over that one?
Then you'll end up in the hangar bay. All right, okay. So we took the elevator last time. Let's take the stairs back here because this is the living quarters. So the living quarters...
What's this door go to?
That's the same. It's another weapons maintenance area. Yeah. So going downstairs takes you into the gym. The lush gym. Let's go.
Oh my god!
Dyer, let's see if you can identify what all of the equipment is. Because
this is a bench press, clearly.
Yes, clearly.
A dangerous looking one. Yeah, that looks heavy.
Why is it dangerous? I think you're just weak, Dyer.
I don't know. I mean, how many plates is this supposed to be?
It's just a big plate.
Okay.
Well, stand next to it because I've never seen like its size compared to your body. Holy crap!
Dude,
oh my god, it's so funny. Yeah, look
at
it. Look at me. Look at me next to it. It's the same size.
This is insane. Of course this is too much.
Maybe it's low gravity. All right. So what else? Okay. What else do we got here?
Okay. So we got the bars to do pull-ups.
Very, very tall pull-ups.
Very tall pull-ups. This looks like punching bag.
Also the sparring things that you hit with the sticks.
Yeah, that's
what's that called?
I don't know what they're called, but that's what I call punching bag. And let's see what else. We have wrestling mats.
Yeah, and whatever kind of mats you want them to be.
Healing pads.
What's that?
So when after you finish killing each other, you can heal yourselves up.
Yeah, there you go. You have some more nice little monitors over here. For I don't know, maybe you're doing like calisthenics or like tutorials or something like that. Some snacks down here, some more replicator room, more replicator seats.
Is there more stuff I went past by accident?
Not on this side. So the other side's not symmetrical. Why don't you come up here though? Follow me up here.
Why can't I run this game? I wish I could run.
Yeah. Where are you at? No, turn around. I'm behind you.
Oh. Okay.
Hi.
Hey, come in.
Yep. So let's go up here. And you know what this is? Look at this.
What are we looking at?
What do you want? What is
catwalk?
This? Yeah, but what is it? We'll keep going. You'll
it's a running track.
Yeah. There's a whole track in here.
Track.
There's a whole indoor running track in here. And it's actually it's exactly a quarter kilometer going all the way around it. I'm not kidding. Yeah, going around it is actually a full quarter.
Basketball court.
Yeah, so there's a little basketball court over here. There's a little hoop, too. You see the hoop?
I do. That's what I saw first, actually.
Yeah, so a little basketball court. So you guys can play basketball. More mats over here. More snacks with the replicators. And if you go down here, what's... you probably remember this thing, Dyer, from, like, your actual basic trading days.
Come.
You see it?
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
nice.
it's like the monkey bars thing where you gotta gotta go down the thing, And monkey swing all the way across it.
That's a long one.
Yeah,
and
it's very tall too.
Comparing it to you, you don't even have a step to get up to it. You just gotta jump.
Look at my hops. I can jump to it just fine. You're just weak, Dyer.
Just
weak.
Jump on top of it.
There you go. I'm good stuck. So you got some more seating over here, so you can watch the basketball game if you'd like. Actually, that was also an idea from both. That's from a couple of things. That was from Battlestar Galactica had a basketball court, I think. So it was something similar, maybe. I could be missing that. But then the Enterprise with Captain Archer, that had a basketball court inside their starship, which is also awesome.
Yep.
So we can head over to. We'll head over to the shelves, the hallways over here for a second. Come over to the other side of the basketball court. There you go. Found me. So some more medical stuff, more screens. And then this is the hallway that's actually completed. The one above it is not completed, and the ones on the other side are not symmetrical. But there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on over here. And it's just kind of crazy stuff going on all the way over to, all the way around, which is a very, very long loop. So you've got the indoor quarter-kilometer track, and then if you really fucked up, you got to run the big loop. That's if you really fucked up.
I like it.
All right, so we'll go back because I don't want to walk all the way around this. That'll take forever, like actually forever. But yeah, there's all kinds of fun like colors and little consoles and stuff and little.
You spent a lot of time on this.
I spent too much time on this. It's all your fault. So, and then also as you can see, there's if you pull back one block into it, there is weapons modules there, and the whole back of this wall is just chock-a-block full of weapons modules, and then under it is also weapons modules.
That's a what is it, explosive or heat?
Heat beam. Heat
yeah,
effect. Also lots of fans. There's lots of ventilation. Keep cool. Gotta keep that air flowing, especially when you're exercising. And then if we go over to the center here, there's just a little like kind of like a little classroom type of thing. Maybe a where the air group kind of gets their commands at. There's somebody up front here. You can sit in the seats. All the seats here. And then you got the front. There's a little lecture stand there. Some monitors so you can show what's going on. And they can do all that while other people are working out. All kinds of stuff. Here's some more of the railings that you like. You might have seen on the way down.
Yep, very nice.
Yeah, it's a nice little look from up here. Just kind of look over, survey the whole thing. I'm really happy with the track, though. The track's one of my favorite parts.
Yeah, it's very good.
There's some more seats over here, too, if you want to chill out after you, bench pressed a small shuttle ship, or ran a quarter kilometer, or did pull-ups that were like 8 feet taller than you were. There's all kinds of stuff you can do up there. And then, I forgot the most important thing that was down here. Yeah, come back. Follow me to the back here.
Okay.
Back. Okay, so, are you ready? Are you ready for computing, Dyer? Are you ready?
Yes.
There's more on the other side of this giant chunk here. So
there's weapon beam modules sticking out there.
yeah. There was some that got disconnected, and I needed a place to put them, and that was everything behind this wall is weapons. Yeah. So the wall that you're looking at, that's all stuff that's detecting like the shield strength and the power usage and all that stuff. But I don't have them hooked up to the display modules like you do. And then on this wall over here is a clock, and it gives me a pulse every second, every 2 seconds, every 5 seconds, every 10 seconds, and every 60 seconds, which is how I'm controlling some of the like spins. So like every minute, it'll randomly turn off and on some of those spinning simulator stations that you saw earlier.
Nice.
And then if you walk back out of this room and go to the other door, this is the elevator logic. So each elevator can run independently. It can go from any floor to any other floor, and then every 60 seconds it will randomly choose a new floor. But if you had just called it and sent it somewhere manually, it will not go anywhere by itself for 2 minutes.
Nice.
And then as soon as 2 minutes go by, if it hasn't received any input from you, it will go back to just randomly cycling around. There's a lot of logic for that one. I don't know, is this too tall to jump up on top of?
No, I don't. No, I think I can get there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe not. It's too tall.
Can you do a double jump?
I don't think so. Alrighty, so that was the logic. As you saw,
very
the
nice.
Elevators were very, very safe. Not an OSHA violation. Not a lawsuit waiting to happen.
I'm trying to shut the door.
I was
so were you.
the door. I was shutting the door. How dare you? Okay.
When two people shut at the same time, it just remains open.
Alright, so we'll go back on an elevator here.
Use the full block of blast door, not the thin ones.
And I'm going to actually take us up to the top, so I'm going to hit that twice, and I'll take us up to the bridge again. I just want to go up to the bridge so you can watch it through the window. So get back in the elevator.
Yep.
We're gonna do all the way to the bottom, but I want you to look out the window so you can watch the levels go by, because it looks really cool.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks cool watching them drop down like that.
Yeah, that is cool.
Looks like... Oh, one more. One more. There you go. And this is the Hangar Bay and the Med Bay. So, come down here. There's a teleporter down here in case you need to teleport to the Med Bay. This is the Hangar Bay, which is not having a ship in it right now, so that's probably less cool than what maybe it would.
You could have borrowed my ship. Could have flown in here.
I could have.
It fits.
So here is the medical station. So little nurses stations. I don't know. They're doing paperwork. There's a lot of paperwork to be done on this ship. It's very big, very military. You can see a lot of beds.
Yeah.
Little stations. And then there's 2 surgical suites. Which they got little force fields on them, because
Nice.
You hop in here, and who knows what's going on with you in here. A lot of monitors though. Make sure they can monitor you correctly. And then you put your I don't know, scanner thing. Maybe it rebuilds your body. Who knows? Who knows? Block world.
Block world. I like it.
But it's very sterile, as you can see. A lot of fans. And then you can also heal yourself with those, just like yours. Where'd you go? I lost you.
I was just looking around. So.
Oh. Yeah, you're not authorized to be there.
You don't gotta put your gun at me just because I'm walking slow.
Down here is another little air group kind of a seminar session. Same setup as upstairs. More seats, a little lectern there, and some screens. Probably so you can look at who you're going to fight today, how you're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the landing pad. Out there is the big blast door, which we'll probably have to watch from the outside. And then, if you follow me, this is the logic room that controls the launching and landing sequences. Which is also a lot of stuff going on in here.
And it's labeled. I like that.
Somewhat. Some of it's labeled. So...
More than mine.
Let's see if I can actually get this to... I think if I... Yeah, okay. So you stand on the outside of it, and I'll stand on the inside of it, and I hit this button. This button should do a couple of things. So where you're standing, you want to stand outside of the hazard area.
Okay.
So what should happen is it'll go into a launching sequence, and it should activate a force field airlock around the rails leading up to the door, and then it'll start opening up the door. We'll see if that happens or not. So, and sometimes even if it does work, you can't actually see that it's working because it doesn't actually load in the blocks. Actually, I know it's not going to do that actually because I have it on a different mode. It's already on launching mode. It's waiting for something to land. So once it launches something, it'll open up the doors and it'll shoot it out. And then it'll close the doors, and then to land it, it'll reopen the doors. Let me see if I can actually jump up that high. don't think I can do this. Okay, we're not going to be able to open the doors. Damn it. I'd have to go up to the bridge to do it. Actually, I can do it from build mode.
Yeah.
There's a build block here. Perfect.
Perfect.
Duh. Okay. Let's see here. Alrighty, so that should be able to flip it to landing mode, which should...
Oh.
Okay, so there we go. So we burst up the force fields there. Now it's opening up the doors, which... Let's see if that's... Yeah, it really sucks that it doesn't load this stuff in, because like the blast doors are still loaded in. They're not supposed to be. There we go.
Huh.
I'm going to have you hit the... No, it's not going to work. No, this is not going to work. Alright, just ignore this. It's not set up right. It needs to have a ship, because there's like sequences that don't run unless a ship actually lands. And so
I wish I brought my shuttle. It fits.
Well, we could run the other shuttle. It's just like hard to see because everything's so dark. Let me see here. I think I can trick it into thinking a ship landed. How do I do that? This one? Let's see here. Yeah, there. Now it's closing the doors because it thinks a ship landed. And then when the doors close, it will turn off the force fields. I'm going to go to the outside so that people can see the doors opening, and I want you to push that button when I tell you. That button that's in the corner. That'll start the launching sequence.
Does your shuttle have the ability to remotely activate it as well?
No, I don't have a shuttle built for it yet.
Okay, but it will have that?
Yes. Okay. Let me... Yeah,
This button gonna suck me out into space.
you want it to?
No. Why would I want that?
Go ahead and hit the button. I should make it do that. So there you go. Now you can see the doors opening from the outside there. You can probably see it on my on the stream there, Dyer. There we go. That was cool. And then after a while, they'll close back up because it'll assume that you've launched, even though there's nothing to launch.
Hey, if I step out here, what happens?
Nothing. It doesn't have anything like throwing you out. So
But is there like something down there?
Oh yeah, there's glass down there. You're good. Well, it's crystal. Yeah.
Okay.
You're not really supposed to walk out there, but you can. I'll allow it. Alrighty. Well, let's do the thing that everybody wants to see, which is fire the big weapons. How about that?
I should go back up to the top to that one spot you showed me, right?
Yes, that'd be great. We have to take the elevators. That's the only way up there. Actually, you can take the teleporter if you'd like.
I'm taking the elevator.
Why don't you take the other elevator? We can both see how they work independently. Oh no, wait, you're already here. Never mind. All right, we'll just take this one. You want to hit the button? Hit it 3 times, so that it goes up to the 3rd floor. You can watch
What if you hit it 4th time?
It shoots out the top and explodes. It's like that scene in Willy Wonka.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I've taken a lot of logic to make that happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going up to the top there.
Yeah, I gotta go to the top too. Alrighty. I need to figure out where our targets were.
So there's one at Bravo, but Andromeda's there, so no, not there.
I wanted to, because I sent you where they were. I set up big targets. I had ice on them. Let's see here. I should actually, no, never mind. I know what to do. Hold on a second.
I'm in the spot.
Oh, that's, man. Alrighty. Let's type in coordinates.
What are all those ships?
What's up?
We have a lot of ships on the. They're probably just little docked entities.
Yeah, there's a lot of docked entities on this. Like a couple dozen. There's a lot on here.
Yeah. Well, I can't. I mean, what can I say? I have also lots of docked entities.
Okay, and I guess I'm leaving the puddle jumper here. Bye, puddle jumper.
It's nice knowing you.
Yeah. As you guys can see, very maneuverable. Not at all. Let's see here. Yeah, I think I should be able to jump to that waypoint. Let's see what happens. I'm going to actually zoom out a bit so you guys can see the whole ship. There we go. Yeah, that's a pretty good view of it. Nice. Yeah, look at that view from on the stream there, Dyer. It's a pretty good view of it.
I'm definitely looking at it.
Pretty. Alright, so there is supposed to be targets out here. Target cube. There they are. It's target cubes. Okay, we're going to find those target cubes, guys. We're going to target them. Shoot the target cubes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
This weapon is impressive.
Yes, it is very large. See, I should call it the compensator. Alrighty, let's see about these actually loading in. So these are very, very large targets made out of dirt and ice, and sometimes they also don't load in because for some reason this game, it's got this like tease that you can build big stuff, but in reality you kind of can't because it won't load it in. I think it's false advertising. I want to sue the creators, and Dyer wanted to do something else, which I think was less socially permissible than suing them.
It's also considered a crime in all the states.
Yes. Also, this is
not in Iran.
This is a very difficult ship to stop. Yeah, this is stupid. I can't see. It's not loading in for me. I can see it right there. It's right off the bow, but it's not loaded in. God damn it. Let's see if I can bump into it, if that would work.
What's your max speed?
I think it's almost about 200, not quite, just shy.
Nice. What about your? Is there a measurement for turning velocity?
Yeah, there is, and it's like the minimal. It's like the smallest possible. All right, let's see if I bump into it. If that would. I should have had you bring a ship with you so that you could watch it from afar.
I offered.
No, you told me that you could go back and get it, but you didn't have it with you.
Yeah, but the shuttle's inside Andromeda.
There we go. Well, part of it loaded in. We'll see here. Yeah, because this isn't like the Nova is not a ship that can really easily maneuver around this. Man. It's trying its best. Okay. Actually, I think I know how I can get it to trick to load in. We'll try that in a second. Sorry about this, guys. I get this lined up. It takes a little while to get it lined up just because it's such a big and unwieldy ship. In practical, usability, what we would be doing is coming in from very distant, very distant range. And this has a very long range on it. It's almost 10 kilometers. So, and it's also got a 1000x zoom on it. So, it doesn't actually need to be anywhere close to a target. And we would just, it doesn't matter if it's not maneuverable and it's 10 kilometers away, because even if it's just turning very slowly, it's still going to be able to track whatever it's shooting at. So, alrighty. Dyer, I don't think it's going to end up loading for you, but I'm going to use the free cam to try and trick it into loading. We'll see if that works or not. Sometimes it'll do it, sometimes it won't.
German showers of death.
Yeah, that's how Dyers works. There we go, that worked. Yeah, that actually got it to load in. Okay. Yeah, you probably want to watch from my stream.
I'm watching the stream. Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite the shot right there. Very pretty. Alrighty. So
a lot of ice.
Yeah, it is. Oh, hey, more of them loaded in. That's nice. Okay, let's pick one to shoot at. Let's do the one that loaded in. Alright, I'm gonna back it off a little ways. And hopefully come to full stop. Should probably be difficult. Yeah, there's not an easy way to get this thing to stop. Okay. So we're all lined up. Dyer's got his nice view from... Actually, I don't know, Dyer. Do you want to walk back out into like the main area, drop a cube, go into build mode, and then take your camera out, just straight out in front of the ship so you can get that cube to load in. Get the
Drop a cube?
Yeah, drop a ship core.
I don't have any cargo.
You don't have any ship cores?
No.
God. How do you not have a ship core in your character? All right.
Because I failed as a person.
Just watch mine then. Okay, so I gotta set up the activate all beams. Where's that? All weapons. And then I'm gonna go back into free cam. Oh, that's not free cam. Okay, so we are all sighted up. I'm gonna go take my free cam out to the side of the dirt cube so we can watch the beam come in. The beam's very cool to watch come in. And it should pretty much punch right through this cube.
I'm expecting it will.
Alrighty. You guys ready for the light show?
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay. So one of the nice things about the ice is that you can see through the ice. So when it punches through the ice, you should be able to see where the crater's at. Alrighty. Let's see what happens when I click this button. Nothing happened when I clicked that button. Why? Are you kidding me? Is this thing not going to work now? All this work and it's not going to work now. That's nuts. Why is it not working? Oh wait, maybe it is working. No, it's not working. Is it because... Oh, there we go. Okay. Alright, they should be charging. And they should be... Oh, there they go. Now they're going. Look at them go.
Boom.
So, let me turn it back off for a second. I got to reset. Let's look at that damage real quick, just from that quick little show. It looked like they were going all the way. Oh yeah, they went all the way through that ice.
Yep.
So wow, they went through the ice. They went through. Oh my god, it came out the other side. Holy
yep.
crap! So that is a hell of a hole there. Jeez.
Yeah.
All right. How about this? I'll shoot the free cam through this side. How's that?
You flew right through it.
Look at this. Woo! There you go. Get the boom. Alrighty.
Yeah.
So we got a couple other targets, so we'll do that again because that was fun.
Yes. So each of those blocks is 50 HP, and it about what like.
Well, I only shot twice too. Like it only did like 2 rounds of the targets of the lasers. So like those lasers will fire all day. And
yes.
That was fun.
My point is that even though that they're not comparable to armor, it is way more than any layers of armor you'd expect to have on a ship.
Yes. We would like to at some point put a Nova against a Nova and see which one wins, which I think would just be whichever one fires first.
Yes, basically. So like your ship can survive with quite a bit of damage and keep functioning.
Yeah.
So basically, who takes out whose core first?
Yeah. I'm gonna set the camera up behind the target, so maybe we can watch the lasers punch through it.
Yes.
And actually, I'm gonna go above the target for a second. I'm gonna just show everybody the firing sequence. And there we go. So there's different kinds of effect modules that you can put on the weapons, and so they do different stuff. So I've got one of them. When you see it fire, it'll fire out 3 colors. It'll be blue first, and that's EM, and that the EM effect chews up someone's shields. And then the kinetic effect just kind of peppers their armor a little bit. And then the last one is going to be purple. The kinetic effect was green. The last one will be purple, and that is the Death Beam, which has heat on it, and it has an acid effect, which just basically dissolves any armor block that it touches, and then dissolves any armor block touching that out until there's no more armor blocks, basically. So watching from the front here, I watch the sequence. It'll fire. Oh, wait. There we go. It'll fire blue, then green, and then a purple blast. Blue, green, and it just keep going. And you guys saw it only did 2 rounds of that, and it yeah, we kind of finished off that whole ice block, which we'll do again because that was fun to watch. Let's see here. Get line back up, and free cam. We gotta find some nice pirate stations and some nice human players to go harass doing this.
My goal now that I have Andromeda fully built up, I'm going to go and hunt
down...
Oh
my god! It wasn't even shooting at this. I wasn't even aiming at this, and it actually splash damaged it just from being anywhere near the beam. That's crazy. Because I wasn't actually aimed at this. I was aimed pretty far above this. It was just like it was close enough. That's funny.
Nice.
All right, so we'll watch from the back here as it hammers through.
Damn! Look at the damage.
Yeah.
See how it has a bubble like down near the end, like a random expansion of the damage.
Did you see it just burst to the backside?
Not
on
yet.
The stream. Watch that. Dang, that was cool.
Yeah, I see it.
What were you saying?
Oh, so the damage isn't like consistently like the same width all the way through. It has some points where it bulges out a little more.
Yeah, well, because I think that's like it's going through like a round of calculating which blocks need to get the splash damage and which ones don't. And so like some of them it'll have disappeared by the time it does the next round. Yeah,
it was cool though. It kind of looks like when you have someone who's been shot, you have the expansion of the hole in the middle.
Yeah, it's like hollow points.
Yes. That's a hollow point laser.
Yes, perfect.
That makes sense.
Except for it still pierces right through, so it's really not. It's a bad hollow point. So there's actually this weapon's like so powerful. There's supposed to be a limiting effect that if you have a really strong weapon, it actually does less damage because it's just gonna punch right through whatever you're shooting at. But this one's still so powerful, it doesn't even matter if it doesn't count all the damage.
I think that only applies to cannons.
Really?
Yeah, cannons have that debuff because it has super high penetration. If there's light armor, it lose all that extra damage. It only damages the blocks in that line. But because this weapon has the acid damage, it doesn't lose that much. Now, the downside that the lasers have over the cannons is they do their most damage, 100% damage at 400 meters, even though it's a long-range weapon. But the further away you go out to your maximum range, the less damage it does out of its total, down to 40% of total damage.
Well, even 40% of total damage is pretty beefy.
Yes. Here. When you're talking about millions of damage, yes.
Yeah. So this is a very, very long dirt column here. I guess we'll see how many times it takes to get all the way through it. We won't be able to see it till it gets to the end, but I guess we'll find out. So
I figure it's going to be very little effort.
What do you think? It's going to be... I think it's going to be 3 volleys to get through it.
Okay, I'll go with that. 3 volleys.
So we'll count the purple beams. All right, so 1... Oh, it's already... You can already see it coming through a little bit on the back side. I think it's shooting through already. Oh, yeah, there we go. That was only like 2, I think.
Nice.
Jesus, this thing's just so too powerful. There we go. Run through with the free cam here. Nice. This is like the first time we've tested it like this, actually. You guys are watching live with us. We're seeing like how much crazy damage it can do. Damn.
Yeah. It's also very colorful. So this looks nice. It's artistic.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to. So the secret is that the side beams don't actually do anything. They're really just more aesthetic. I mean, they do a little bit of damage, but they're really only just for aesthetics. But the center beam actually carries where all the actual energy's at. The side beams are really just more for fun. Look at that. Look at that big old hole. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Amazing.
Go up a little bit. See what happens.
You're gonna be able to definitely mess up some players' day. Their station's gonna be gone.
It'd be funny if we could find that outpost that was on a planet that you said you found earlier, and then just like punch, like they'll come back to it, and like the outpost won't just be gone. Like the whole planet will just have like a giant hole in it.
So that outpost, someone went through and built an entire city. Like they went through a lot of effort of building roads and buildings and stuff like that. And I went through and they didn't put a faction block down, so I just dropped a build block and just picked up all the blocks.
Dyer's a big jerk.
I just used the remove tool to remove everything and steal like 60,000 standard armor of different colors.
Okay. All right, I'll do one more. Oh, damn it! Do one more snow block here. I think that'll be about good. But I mean, a weapon this big, it's got a lot of workers. That's why there's so many bed spaces and activities to do. This would be a fun ship to be posted to, wouldn't it?
I think so. I would not be afraid of being destroyed. Kind of like probably how the people on the Death Star felt. Like this thing's so powerful, there's no way we're ever going to be taken down.
Yeah. So the shields on this, there is, I think it's about 100 million shields. I'm like, that's not like an exaggeration. Like there was actually like 100 million shields on it. I don't.
What's
know
the region?
Huh?
What's the region?
It was like 2-to-1. Like it's really fast to regen. I'll do the reboot on the ship so it has to recharge all the shields. We can see how fast they charge. All right, so we'll watch this again because this was fun. Going through all that ice and firing, and look at it go. It's funny because it can't even render it fast enough, like how fast it's destroying everything. And yeah, it's already through the other side. Yeah, so this is our capital ship destroyer. It looks scary. It's cool on the inside, and it can pretty much go through anything. I wonder if you could actually like destroy the sun with this thing.
The sun has no physical thing.
Yeah, but even still, I mean, it's a lot of energy going through there. You don't know, Dyer. I want to destroy the sun. Stop ruining my childhood.
You already have a sun captured inside of the ship.
I want another one. This is a really cool view of it.
It is.
Very aesthetic.
I like it.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Was there anything else we wanted to do?
No, but we will have future videos where we just go and really ruin someone's day.
Absolutely. Ruining people's day is what Dyer does when he's not ruining my days. So
yes, I mean it's a hobby,
Yeah, it's some people garden, some people shoot people in Chaz, and then Dyer does also that.
I haven't shot someone in Chaz in a while. All right, I'm recovering.
Not in the last like 7 days. Yeah, I like the Chaz, like the guy that got shot. He's trying to say like he wants to sue the police now.
I know, it's hilarious.
So funny.
Please try.
I like,
Please.
yeah, do it. I don't know. So, I was talking to you the other day. I was like, well, like, what do we do with like these people? Like these Marxists seem like unreconcilably like retarded. Like, like not even like being sarcastic. Like they actually like have like unfunctioning brains. And somebody was playing that video of the interview with like that ex-KGB spy that like defected to America and like told us like what all their like psyops were. And he was like, yeah, like one of them was like they were trying to infiltrate the universities. And he was actually saying like in an interview in the 80s, the whole point of the Soviet Union trying to infiltrate the universities was to like create people who actually couldn't think. And he even said like to the point that they would be unrepairable. Like, you would be unable to retrain them how to think properly. We would have broken their critical thinking skills so thoroughly, and then they would have, as they went through at that critical stage when they're learning during youth, and then by the time they got to adults, he's like, you would not be able to fix them. And I was like, wow, you guys didn't do a whole lot of like succeeding in most things, but like you nailed that one. Like you actually like succeeded in making a class of people that like is incapable of thinking correctly. And I guess that one's to you guys.
I could definitely, you definitely could see that. These people don't think about their positions. You provide them like stats or data that counteract the belief they have. They can't even absorb it or think about it or critically, view that information. It enrages them because all they have is an emotional response to something that is counter to their worldview. Whereas, like right now, Fox, if you receive something that like you have a conclusion, right? You've decided something is true based on available evidence, and then you receive different information that proves that wrong.
Yeah.
You don't get like furious and fall apart. You don't go like start wailing and stuff.
There is some like guttural reaction to it, like so you're continuously fighting between kind of like the lizard brain and like the higher logical functions, and people like us kind of, we can rationalize stuff, and so like you might see something that contradicts something that you believe, and you're like, man, like I kind of wish that wasn't true, but that's like a base animal feeling. But like logically, you can kind of parse through that.
We don't fall apart.
Yes. Well, we've talked about that too before. We follow ideologies, not people, and it's much less likely that like the ideologies that we're following, like the fundamental ideology, is going to be disproven in some way. Whereas the left kind of follows people, and the people are very easy to unravel. And when you've like made it your identity that you are those people and that you are what they believe, then all of a sudden, like you're very vulnerable to having your identity shaken. Whereas like our identity is more rooted in something that's got a little more longevity to it. It's not as fragile as a person.
Is it ideology or principle?
I think principle, perhaps.
I think that's what you meant to say.
Possibly. I think I meant to say that I was absolutely obliterating this dirt cube. And I'm having a good time doing it. Look at this thing.
I don't know how I'm getting back to my ship, though.
That sounds like a you problem. Yeah.
I'm pretty much your prisoner right now.
I think you're the showers.
As long as they're not my kind of showers. My showers,
No, they just have cameras in the drains.
Oh. That's weird. Why? Why do they have
Why do yours cleanse people?
Because I want people to realize there is no such thing as a free sandwich. All right? And I have to kill them to realize that. There's no other way to teach this world life lesson.
Could you imagine seeing this coming at you, this angle here? I'd say you're that's the last thing you'll ever see.
Pretty intimidating.
Yeah.
I know that for sure.
Well, actually, what you would see would be just the beams, because none of the ship would actually have lit it in. Like, nobody will actually see the Nova, because by the time you see the Nova, it has already destroyed you. Like, it will destroy you before it loads in. Oh, I love that when the beams punch through it. That's so cool still.
So other ships, they uncloak when they shoot, but the Nova Soul doesn't. No.
Yeah.
You will die. Your ship will be overheated before you ever see it, and you won't see it.
Yeah. So this isn't very great at defending itself against, well, really anything. I mean, the shields are can absorb quite a bit, but it's gonna have a bunch of turrets on it to try and absorb any missiles that come its way, and then it's really gonna be part of a big fleet that will hopefully defend it properly. It's your big battling ram. It can't really, not really defensible platform. Just kind of tank through it, and then hopefully punch through anything big enough to destroy it is kind of the idea. is that by the time anything that's got a big enough weapon to take it down is able to get a target acquired, it's already destroyed it. It's already punched a 10-kilometer hole through it.
Yeah. So while he's been working on this gigantic capital ship, I have created a lot of support ships that can defeat any smaller ships that might try to come against and outmaneuver the Nova.
Yes. The Nova is easily outmaneuvered. It's very slow.
So, like for instance, I tried it out on the. I have some battleships that are made basically about being a very shield tanky with a gigantic laser style, right? So they're like a smaller version, much tinier than the Nova in its functionality. But those stealth bombers were easily able to outmaneuver those ships and do enough damage in a small group to destroy a very tanky ship. So that's why you need to have other ships that, like, so a lot of my cruisers have the ability to scan for cloaked ships and shoot them.
But they can't scan for the Nova. There's no scanner strong enough to get the Nova because it's just
it does not exist.
It breaks the universe. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a really good spot here. It's got some nice shots here. Very aesthetic. Zoom around.
This really puts a lot of the other Starmade YouTubers to shame.
We should start. See if we'll switch over to Starmade YouTube. See if that gets us more money.
No. This is a nice diversion, but
it's fun. But what are we talking about tomorrow? Let's probably talk about like murders in the Chaz and or the noose. Oh, Ben Shapiro has nailed it today. He said it was the fake noose.
Yes, I definitely want to talk about the hate crime that never was.
So I've got this. I tweeted out today that I have a theory that there has been zero. I'm not joking. I actually believe that there has been zero actual hate crimes against an African American in America in at least the last 5 years. Every single one that we've seen so far in at least the last 5 years has been proven. I'll even extend that out to Muslim. Has been proven to be a hoax. And if there had been a real one, they would have made a big deal about it because they make such a big deal about all the fake ones. Then we find out they're fake. But we never find one that they made a big deal about that turned out to be real. So
you remember the bacon on the mosque door thing, which by the way is not a hate crime.
Yeah, but that happened like 8 times. Like that was like a couple of times. Like they tried that and the cutting the hijab is like the equivalent for Islam as like the nooses for African American. Like it's like the thing that they keep trying to go back to. They keep trying to say that they cut the hijab, keep trying to say that there was bacon on the doorknob, and then they keep saying that there was nooses in random places. Every time.
I keep finding lots of, strangely, African-American people putting up swastikas around college campuses for some reason.
Yeah.
So it's an epidemic of sorts.
Well, and, it's also I hate to, like, say it like the way I just did because I feel like I was, like, smearing African-Americans. It's really just the famous ones. So, like, we had Bubba Wallace just had a hoax. We had that other football player who, like, destroyed his entire bar that he owned and, like, wrote Trump on it. You got Smollett. I mean, there's been a few others, I think, but, like, those are the ones that come to mind right off the bat. But there's been, for some reason, after making it huge in capitalist America, instead of, like, going back and, like, helping out the community, for some reason, they think that they need to have a hate hoax. Great job, guys. Not that there isn't probably 10 to 1 people of every race that do a good job when they make a lot of money. So I think
there's probably has been hate crimes. We just haven't seen them, and I think that it's weird that they. I'm just making an assumption. I'm not saying that I have like evidence of one. I'm just saying because I think there are hateful people out there, but I don't know. I've not heard of any actual literal documented crime from one. No, but the FBI has stats on it. They said there have been some that have been proven, right? So we can look that up.
Yeah, but they've got like I don't know, like the FBI stats are kind of messed up sometimes because like they had the what was it, like Mattress Girl? Like it was like found out like Mattress Girl was like actually part of like the FBI crime stats, and it was like that was a hoax.
What?
Yeah,
It was definitely a hoax.
yeah. It's like they got like weird stuff that like pops up in there sometimes. So I don't know. It's hard to say.
I'd have to look up the actual individual cases and see if that's a legitimate crime or not.
Alrighty, guys. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
You guys enjoyed watching the Fun Destruction. I know we did because we actually hadn't seen this before, so this was fun.
All right, see you guys tomorrow. Dire Wolfhound.
All right, he's signing off.
I need a ride home.
See you. Well.